think even large scale come here. I think they're probably the only class that doesn't is off-road, for obvious reasons. But yeah, it's a fantastic facility. And, you can tell, like, after you come here, a few times, you can see where things have been improved and upgraded, and, even the fencing around the track has been updated and improved. And, in general, it's just a regular series of improvements for the circuit and the club. John, of course, any event organizer is going to be stressed out by a European Championship on their doorstep, with the the expectations and all the drivers and team managers and officials that are involved. But yeah, it's a little bit stressed out, is John. But things are, I think, settling down now that the full program is underway. And there we go. There's our drivers that are going to be out in this next group of racing. Dino DeMarco saying they need to bring back the Pro 10 Pan car. Well, I don't know who you mean by they, but certainly I think X-Ray is, and there are niche companies in the U.S. that are putting out 10th Pan cars still. Scott Waite saying Craig Hook, my guy. Yeah, Craig in the number 6. He hasn't checked in yet, though. Frederick RC in the live chat saying, I would travel the world to go to any RC event that I would participate in. Well, certainly. And yeah, I mean, that's the dream of any RC racer, isn't it? Travel the world and do some RC racing. And there's the box of tires that everybody gets. No tire truing allowed, no tire saucing, no tire warmers. Literally just take them out of the box and plunk them on your car and make sure they're attached. Unlike the car that we saw that had the tire come off in the last one. Good set of car. Well, I don't know who you mean by they, but certainly I think X-Ray is, and there are niche companies in the U.S. that are putting out 10th Pan cars still. Scott Waite saying Craig Hook, my guy. Yeah, Craig in the number 6. He hasn't checked in yet, though. Frederick RC in the live chat saying, I would travel the world to go to any RC event that I would participate in. Well, certainly. And yeah, I mean, that's the dream of any RC racer, isn't it? Travel the world and do some RC racing. And there's the box of tires that everybody gets. No tire truing allowed, no tire saucing, no tire warmers. Literally just take them out of the box and plunk them on your car and make sure they're attached. Unlike the car that we saw that had the tire come off in the last one. Good set of paint schemes out there. Just check the ND filter, Kieran. Make sure, cause some of those cars are getting very washed out, but it might just be whatever. I mean, if it's flashing on the left side, left bottom left, it'll tell you what it needs to be. Okay, so let's find the car 1 out there, Mark Green. Long time Serpent racer, and probably the best known British 1/8 IC track racer. And he's not been running at the Euros for many years now. I'm assuming he would probably say he's semi-retired. But there he is running the electric Serpent chassis. And let's see what kind of times he can put down. And the timing has been updated. So we are looking at, yes, best 3 consecutive laps now. Over 5 minutes. And this is going to be, obviously, set the qualifying positions. So I think we can arguably say that Mark is going to set the fastest. He's 2 seconds faster, almost 2 seconds faster than everybody else. It's easily a second and a half faster than Craig Hook and Nutting and Manton. So assuming no one beats his best 3 consecutive lap time of 42.8 seconds, Mark Green is basically, he's going to sort of pre-qualify himself or seed himself into the number 1 position for all of the qualifying heats. And if you're not familiar with the EFRA racing in general, this use what they call, in the States, it would be called IFMAR timing or IFMAR style qualifying, where everybody runs on their own clocks. So as you cross the start line, your clock has started, and you have basically, well, in qualifying, you're going to have 4-minute runs to set as many laps as I can in 4 minutes, and that will decide for each round of qualifying. The fastest driver in each round is going to set TQ for that round, and whoever sets, basically, in the very basic terms, whoever sets the most number of TQs ends up on pole position for the main final, and then it works backwards from there, basically. All right, so that's plenty of laps with Mark Green. Let's find next car back. Let's find a different car. Here we go. Let's see who this is. Oh wow, they are very quick. I think this is the car number 2 of Nutting. Another Craig Nutting, or another Craig, I should say. So Craig Nutting. Let's see what information I've got on him. Running a Serpent, and runs at the Hinckley Club, which is down my neck of the woods, somewhere in the East Midlands. Nice and bright paint scheme. And looking pretty quick. Running 3rd in this group. Mark Green has improved his time by a second, roughly, and it looks like he's already pulled off. Come off the track. So Nutting, as you can see on the live timing there, 43.2 seconds over 3 laps. So it's best 3 consecutive laps. If we find another car, Kieran? So it's this white and pinkish car. Purplish pinkish. And that is, I think it's the 5. Lee Chapman. I think it's familiar now. I've heard Lee's name, I believe. So another one running a Serpent. Of course, I think this is possibly the influence of Mark Green. Lee running out of the Scunthorpe Club. Oh, and getting a bit wrong there. That is a very narrow entry point onto the track from the driver's stand. And yeah, gonna have to, let's find another car. Well, Lee Chapman works the grass and detritus off of detritus off of his car. And the next group, this run is about to finish in 1 second for everybody. So they're going to be finish the lap they're on, and we're with the moment the car 3 of Glenn Beal. So this run is now finishing for the second of 2 electric groups. So everyone's already finished, guys. You need to be pulling into the pit lane. So the next group is going to be our first group of nitro racers. So we're going to start to hear them fire up in a few moments. So let us know who you're cheering for and where you're watching from. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And if you really want to support RC Racing TV, hit the join button as well and find out all the great perks that you get from being an RC TV hero. Robert Swallow saying, come on, Gareth Ambrose. And then following up with, feeling a bit sorry for you guys working with Cam Felton. So Cam's on the camera at the minute. So yeah, he's got to listen to all this and not be able to respond. So I'm sure he knows Robert, hopefully. Otherwise, it's just some random on the internet just giving him abuse. Well, that's what we're used to here at RC Racing TV. So, I am honestly not sure what this is, why there's a big wait here. There is a countdown timer to the next group, so they've gone out and they've checked in, as the timekeeping people like to say. So all the transponders are working properly, the cars are getting around the track, and it looks like we're about to go. Okay, so the speaker that we could hear previously is now no longer, we can't hear it anymore. So I don't know what is happening with the speakers. We did have some issues yesterday, but anyway, maybe they're back. Anyway, I think we're with the car number 1. This white car of Mark Green. Going through the chicane, and he'll know this track intimately, I'm sure. So we'll follow him across for one more lap, and then we'll start dropping back every couple of laps to follow the next cars behind and see who they are and what kind of info that we have on them. We've been very helpfully been provided with some information by the BRCA, who is doing everything they can to promote the electric 1/8 category. Loads and loads of drivers in this one. And let's see who we've got here. I think this is the car 2 of Craig Hook. Yes. So Craig is running a Shepherd car and runs out of the Adder Club. I'm not sure how you pronounce that, actually. ADUR. Next car behind is this yellow and silver car, I guess, of Zero, which is our friend Gareth Ambrose, who many people, let's follow Gareth for a little bit, obviously. The silver and yellowy car going down the main straight, just about to be passed by the blue and yellow car. So Gareth, where's our information for Gareth? Running an Infinity conversion or prototype, and runs out of Burton. I'm assuming it's Burton-on-Trent, near where I used to live. And this blue and yellow car just ahead is car car number 3, I think. I can actually see the numbers, which is fantastic. Of Craig Nutting. Craig. There's a couple of Craigs. There's Craig Hook and Craig Nutting. Running his Serpent from the Heakley Club, also near my old neck of the woods. And by the time I mention that, let's drop back 2 cars to the gold car. And that is the car number 8, I think. Yes. Of Ari Manton, who I have no information of. Let me see. I might have something, but I don't think I do. Running an Infinity, actually. An Infinity conversion. So they don't have an official electric 1/8 car. So it's either a homemade conversion or a prototype or something. I'm not sure. I don't think it's an official prototype, but running out of the Netherlands at the Apeldoorn Club, where we were a couple of weeks ago. And if we drop back 2 cars to the white and pink cards, number 5, here we go, of Justin Heath, who's running a Serpent and racing at the Burton Buggy Club. So this is a far cry from the Burton Buggy Club, which I've been to, at least at their old location. And yeah, it's a very tiny track. It is absolutely not suitable for these vehicles. And let's see, the next car back is this one, who we haven't followed yet. Of the car number 7, I think, of Lee Chapman. Lee is running another Serpent out of the Scunthorpe Club, or a club near Scunthorpe. I don't, the entire town, city of Scunthorpe is not an RC club, although I'm sure many would prefer it to be. No shade on Scunthorpe. And then the car behind, I think we followed the car number 2. I don't think so. Craig Hook? Oh, yes, the Shepherd and out of Adur. So the next car behind is the yellow and black car of number 4. And that's Jack Garrett Lines running a Serpent from the London Club. So there's a couple clubs in the London area. I mean, London's a big area. So I'm not sure exactly where the London Club is located. Is it West London? Because that's a club. So I'm not sure. So less than half a minute remaining now. And we'll see if we can find the car number 1 of Mark Green. Should be through the keyhole section. Or no, he's just across the finish line now, the all-white car. About the next car on the straight is Mark Green. There we go. You're already on him. Fantastic. There's Mark Green. Very nice guy. And as I said, a legend in Serpent and British Nitro Racing. And Craig Hook getting a bit of love from his mom in the live chat. Fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us, Wendy. And there we go. I think that is everyone who was running has finished now. So Mark Green, unsurprisingly, taking that one. 21 laps in 5 minutes and 1 second. Craig Hook and Glenn Beal also doing 21 laps. Quite a bit slower. Almost a lap down for both of them. And then Craig Nutting, Lee Chapman, Justin Heath, and Freak Van Delft finishing on 20 laps. All of them. And we did have a question that came through a few minutes ago asking if Dario Balestre is racing. Well, it's 1/8 Nitro, so of course he's racing. He'll be racing. Actually, it's a good time. That's a good reminder to mention that the next time the top heat drivers will be out. So 2 top heats, heats 7 and 12, 7 and 12. Heats 1 and 2. Actually, no, it changes once we go to the Nitro. It goes back to heat 1. So they get basically, a couple of minutes. There's no tire warming really needed. There's no engine tuning needed. So basically, it's just a formation lap. think in the practice times they did have like a 2-minute changeover period, and then also a 4-minute warm up for the electrics, and then another 4 minutes of driving, which is like just another 4 minutes. It's not doing anything. It's just wearing down the tires. So I did hear the horn that time, so that's interesting. So Mark Green leading proceedings off. We'll follow Mark for a couple laps. And it seems like Craig Wood has invited his entire fan club into the live chat to cheer him on. So we'll make sure, and we have to follow Craig Wood, obviously. I mean, number one, because his mom's watching. That's really the main reason. So Mark Green, as I said, running the Serpent 990E electric chassis. multiple British champion. And I would guess that Mark Green is literally 90% of the reason why there's so many Brits running a Serpent in this category. But we are with Craig Hook, running a Shepherd out of the Adder Club. Oh, and someone has just smashed into the wall right in front of our little hut here. And Cam has decided to not follow Craig Hook anymore. He's like, no, don't care about any of Craig Hook's fans. We'll catch up with Craig again. But this white, no, it's not even white. There's no white on this car at all. Blue and yellow car is the number 5, I think, or 3. Of Craig Nutting. So 2 Craigs. Chris saying, no adult beverage. Beverage in one's hand. Eh? Silver and yellow 0 car of Gareth Ambrose. I think that was Lee Chapman who unfortunately hit the wall in front of us because Lee is no longer counting. My favorite thing about this category is that how nice and quiet they are. I don't even have to have my ear protection in. That's the second line of my RCTV catchphrase is stay hydrated and wear your ear protection. So 2.5 minutes remaining, and we're with the gold car. So we see this gold car again, not this car, but another car painted gold later in proceedings. This is Arie Manton from the Netherlands. Running an Infinity conversion kit, or well, an Infinity electric conversion. I don't know if it's like an official kit or an unofficial kit or what, or it's just like 3D printed parts you can just download and print off yourself or whatever. But there we go. And this is we're back with Mark Green. So let's follow Mark for another lap, but we need to find Craig Hook because there's so many people out there screaming to see Craig Hook in action in the number 2 car. And he's just about to come underneath us now in the white and orange with the big blue on the back end of it. There we go. So Mark Green's leading things off. Glenn Beal at the moment in second. Craig Hook running third, on pace to do 21 laps in 5:03. Now, I was starting to say, well, 21 is a lot more than 18, but there is an extra minute of racing for the electric category. They have 5-minute qualifying runs, where the nitro cars have 4. So less than a minute remaining now. And we hope the Craig Hook fan club is is getting their fill of Craig. Someone let me know how old Craig is, because I know Alfie is 9, but I don't know how old Craig is if his mom Wendy is watching. I mean, he's not going to be like 40 and his mom is watching, right? There's 15 seconds left in the master clock. Is there anyone who we haven't followed? Well, I mean, they're kind of finishing off, but car number 9 of Freak Van Delft is just the orange car just underneath us. The number 9, bright orange. Well, it's the only pretty much all orange car. First time we followed Van Delft, so I just want to make sure that we spread the love and make sure that we follow as many people as we can, even if it's only for the very last lap. So Mark Green getting 22 laps, doing a 13.8 that time round. I'm going to get my hearing protection in because the nitro cars, they're just on the doing a warm-up lap, formation lap. So yeah, there's our drivers, runners, and riders in this one. So Chris Deacon saying, "Morning, Frank. Morning, Chris. Hoping for a fast day. I'm sure we all are. Definitely." Orozimbo saying, "Is asking us to follow car number 4." So I think we have a countdown now going. I think Karen has picked up the car number 4, and we'll start off the run with car number 4. Car 4, and this is Jack Garrett Lyons, one of the 8 UK drivers in this one. Chi Dream saying, "Greetings from Singapore." Greetings. And greetings from Scunthorpe, says Julie Chapman in the live chat. Thank you very much for joining us, Julie. I'm going to assume that you want us to follow car number 7 of Lee Chapman. So we'll definitely find Lee out there on the track. Lee is the 3rd car just going on the straight just now, if we haven't already picked him up. There's Lee going down the main straight into that bank corner at the end of the straight. It's a tricky one. There's really only one line through there. It's not like oval racing where there's a high line and a low line. And it's more banked, actually, than it seems to appear on camera because the height we are at. kind of flattens things out. Julie's saying, yes, please. I'm sat at work watching. Well, we hope you're enjoying the coverage. I think we've moved on to another car, but we luckily... Oh, no. That's I think that's Lee's car slowing down. I think we are on him. Or no, we were on him. Yeah. Lee has pulled into the pits this time around. Yeah. So we do hope that you're enjoying the coverage, and of course Lee will be out a couple more times today. There's 5 qualifying runs, and this is information for everybody, really. There's 5 qualifying runs. We had 2 yesterday. This is the 3rd round of qualifying, and there's 2 more rounds of qualifying after this. So the best 3 rounds of qualifying to count. So 2 throwouts. So obviously this particular round is going to be one of the throwout runs for Lee. He won't score all that great in this one, but that's okay. That's part of racing. You're not going to have a good run every time you go out on track. So that's why we have the throwout rounds, and it's best of 5 in this particular one. Weirdly, in the off-road buggy section, it's best of 2 out of 5. So this, I don't know, just how it works. One of those things. It's how it's been forever, and that's how it is. So we're with the car number 4, I think. I just have a few little things here and there that we're just looking at on various computer screens. But car number 4 of Craig Nutting. So we followed Craig Hook quite a lot yesterday, but we were with Craig Nutting. There we are. And the time is over in about 40 seconds. Yes. So we have a bit of a... Julie's saying she's also supporting Glenn Beal. So I think, yeah, unfortunately he pulled off as well. So unfortunately, I'm not saying anyone brought anybody bad luck, but Glenn and Lee have both pulled off after 9 and 8 laps, respectively. So hopefully they'll come back stronger in qualifying round 4, because round 3 hasn't gone really the way of either of them. So Mark Green, unsurprisingly, I hate to say it, but unsurprisingly taking the TQ again in this category with 22 laps in 5:07, 5 minutes and 7 seconds. Craig Hook taking second. I think, I think we had one 20-lap run. So yeah, with 21 laps, Craig Hook, Craig Nutting, Justin Heath, and Freak Van Delft take the rest of the, top 6. Yeah, H&O Crew saying, very British in Heat 1, isn't it? Yeah, it was very British in Heat 2 as well. There's only, out of the 20 racers, there's only 2 that aren't British. But the BRCA has been making a hefty push to get drivers interested in the electric 8th track category. And obviously with drivers like Mark Green involved, doing a very good job of bringing in lots of interested drivers. And a couple of these drivers are actually 3 of them, I think it is. Ari Manton, I think, is it Craig Hook, and one other driver looking to bring in, they're racing in both categories, in nitro and electric. Certainly one way to double your tire cost for a weekend. Looks like Craig Hook and Craig Nutting are not going to be in this one, weirdly. Oh, there they are. Coming out a bit late. Are they... going to be allowed to start. Okay. No starting from pit lane then. Actually, one of them is... Okay, that was Craig, who's just come out now. So one driver had already counted and done a warm-up lap, but then went into the pits, and then they went out again. And three of them technically starting late, but maybe it's just doesn't matter. I'm not sure why there's such a long wait period between these two. It's electric, but it's what it is. So the countdown timer on the live timing is, well, as is usual this week, it's frozen, but it's frozen at 1 minute and 5. Oh, now the computer's counting down, so I'm really not sure what's happening. The timing system has been kind of wonky all week. I think just in commiseration with the audio system. There was Mark Green with the all-white car down the straight into the keyhole. Is already pulling away from second place Craig Hook. And into the straight. So look at that. Wow, the speed they carry. These cars, very impressive. It's all about the aero and four-wheel drive as well. And I think this is going to be car 2, is it? Car 2 of Craig Hook. One of our late arrivals to the starting grid, but on a good pace, 20 laps to 5:01. Not quite as quick as Mark Green with 21 laps to 5:02, so a full lap ahead is Mark Green's pace, so he'll be basically lapping everybody if he keeps at this pace. And I think this is Craig Nutting in the car 3, yes. Very high in that bank turn. That's not the quickest way around. But maybe a little gust of wind caught him or something like that. I don't know how much wind is actually down there in that, against the trees and against the pit lane, or against the pits. Mark Green on a 22.513 pace. Glenn Beal in the car 6, if we can pick him up, is 21.508. So that's probably the next fastest car out there. Mark Knowles, thank you very much. Ogilvy. See, I thought it was misspelled. Yeah, actually, you must be listening to us like on a massive delay, but hopefully you're listening to us when I'm mentioning this now. Yeah, I did mention, it feels like a couple hours ago, Mark Ogilvy's name, just misspelled very slightly, a very critical vowel missing from the middle of the name. So we are on the car number 6, I think, of Glenn Beal, yes. Coming down the straight and into that hairpin. Look at that. Well, not quite a hairpin. I suppose it's hairpin shaped, but it's not really a hairpin. It's, for RC cars, it's a very tight sweeper. Mark Green running away with this one, which we kind of expect, so we're leaving him to it. We followed him quite a lot. He's running an all-white car anyway. So who are we with now? We're picking up the car 9, I think, of Freak Van Delft. And this is a very, like a reverse Simon Kurzbuch body shell design. This is Freak. If we drop back one car, there we go. Just want to try and cover with no follow requests coming through. Just want to try and cover as many cars as we can in these lower heats, shall we say. This is the car 2, I think, of Craig Hook again. We've picked up a different car now. Oh, yeah, sorry. No, this is the 4, I believe, of Jack Garrett Lines. So Mark Green running away with this one still. 22 lap pace in 5 minutes, 10 seconds. Next fastest is Craig Nutting with 21 laps in 5:09. But actually, Glenn Beal, 21 laps, 5:08. So those are two next fastest drivers. So Mark Green going to TQ this one again. Maybe you should run like an extra battery pack that isn't plugged in, just so he has a weight disadvantage. And give everyone else a chance. So time is expiring. Drivers starting to finish their laps. Here's, I think this is the car 2 of Craig Hook, who's already finished. Chapman and Ari Manton not finishing this one. Lee also didn't finish his qualifying run 3 earlier today. So not sure what's happening with Lee, but his wife was watching from work. But also cheering on Glenn Beal. So at least Glenn did something this time around. Mark Green, one of the last to cross the line, the timing loop. Craig Nutting, again, not running. I don't think he ran in the last one either. Someone trying to spin off. It's not the fast line. And there's our starting grid. So it's, if you're familiar with electric touring car racing or electric road racing, or well, I suppose even buggy racing, it's pretty much like that. You got 5 minutes of racing, and we just have like a starting group. It's not really a grid. Yesterday we were having warm-up laps, like a whole 4-minute warm-up period for some reason, but that has been eliminated just to speed things up. But there's still this whole like wait of, I don't know why there's 4 minutes in between the runs. It doesn't really need to be. 2-3 minutes, I can see that, but 4 or 5 minutes, not really needed. So there goes Mark Green. We'll follow him for a couple of laps, but again, we kind of expect Mark Green to run away with things here. Mark, a long-time Serpent racer. Glenn Beal running this time. We'll see if it have the others. I think Lee Chapman has checked in. Yes, okay, so he's crossed the line for the first time. Okay, so now we can leave Mark Green and pick up any other car because we don't have any follow requests. We have had follow requests previously for Lee Chapman and Glenn Beal and Craig Nutting. Craig Hook has been a popular one as well, but no particular requests this time. So we'll just follow anyone you like, Cam, and we'll pick up the second and third place racers as we move on through proceedings. So it's a 5-minute run, and we're with, well, hopefully, I think we were with the silver and yellow car 0 there. It's actually more chrome. And that is Gareth Ambrose. He was briefly on the grass, but seems to have recovered okay. But still, I think he was just making space so that the car ahead could get past him. That's the car 2 of Craig Hook. now we've dropped back to car 4 of, who's this? Jack Garrett Lines. Just trying to reconfigure the many computers that we have in here. Yeah, so Mark Green leading things away. He's on a 22 lap in 5:11 pace. Glenn Beal in the car number 6. So we can pick up Glenn at some point. He's on pace for 21.505, 4 seconds faster than Justin Heath, who's on a 5:09. Craig Hook on a 21.508. And those are going to be the fastest drivers. So, I mean, not to do Mark any sort of injustice at all. He is literally a British racing legend in the RC community. But we expect him to kind of run away with this. So that's why we're concentrating on the second and third place racers and seeing what kind of battle we have there. I think we have potentially 4 or 5 racers who could do this and qualify second overall in the heat. So in the round, I should say. So we have Beal, Heath, Nutting, and Hook. Van Delft trying to get in there as well, but on a little bit slower pace. It looks like Beal is the one who is, at the moment, quote-unquote running away with this because he's running second. But compared to third and fourth, he's a couple, like 2 or 3 seconds ahead of them. And I must say, this is the first time I've actually looked closely at Glenn's car. It's white and blue, but it's got this actual checker pattern on the side, which is kind of cool. So Glenn basically just running on his own. So it's nice to have no one behind you that you have to worry about. And for some, it's good to have no one in front of you to like take your eye away from your peripheral vision or anything like that. But other drivers like to have someone to chase. But of course, if that driver makes a mistake or you do end up catching them, you have to wonder, okay, well, I'm coming up on them. Are they going to let me pass? Which way are they going to go? Where are they going to let me go? That sort of thing. Glenn Beal still running 2 to 4 seconds ahead of everybody else behind him. Craig Hook on a 5:08, Justin Heath on a 21.510. And like I said, Mark Green on a 22-lap 5:12 pace. Positive perception in the chat saying, Mr. Green is a rocket. I was race director for one of the UK 8th rounds at Cotswolds, and it blew my mind how fast he was getting out of the corners. So absolutely. So that is pretty much everyone finished except for Freak Van Delft, and he's just crossed the line. Waiting for Lee Chapman, I think, and he has finished on 20 laps. So everyone finishes on 20-plus laps. Mark Green with 22 in 5:12.6, and Glenn Beal, well, there you go. You can see it yourself, 21.506.5.